Caucus meeting of March 15, 2022 will now come to order at 7:46 p.m. Present is all council, the mayor, directors Upton, Kearney, Schofield, Kidd, Garreau, Kopfer, and guests. Sorry if I missed anybody. There are two items on the agenda this evening being requested for suspension. First is 2021-78. Mayor Jones, would you like to talk about this one?
Thank you, Mr. President. This was heard in Council's Finance Committee meeting. The reason we are requesting suspension, as we had mentioned before, is that this is a companion piece of legislation that is that was supposed to travel with a piece of legislation that Council had previously approved. And the money for this was in the temporary budget that Council had passed, so it's not reliant on the current budget that you're reviewing right now. But it would be very helpful to the administration if Council would consider passing this on suspension after had heard it in committee, as we'd like to be able to get started with the work.
Okay, thank you. Any objections from Council to suspension? Okay, seeing none. Second item being requested of suspension is 2022-20. Mayor Jones.
Yes, thank you. I'm going to have Director Schofield address Council.
Yes, Mr. President, members of Council. This item was heard in committee. It's to set us up to purchase 4 new police vehicles. This was also discussed in the budget hearing sessions over the weekend. We'd like to get this going as soon as possible so we can work with the state program and start the ordering process. It takes a while to begin with, and now with the delays in the supply chain, it could take even longer to get those vehicles in and get them geared up for use. So we ask for it to be suspended. Thank you.
Thank you. Any objections from Council on suspension on this one? Okay. Seeing none. Moving on to signing legislation. Resolution 2022-24 will be assigned to Recreation, Public Parks, and Buildings. And then, so moving on to scheduling committee meetings for Tuesday, March 22nd, I believe Councilwoman Williamson would like to schedule a brief public safety meeting to consider a liquor permit.
Yes.
Yep.
At 6:55 p.m. Thank you. Thank you.
Mr.
President?
Sorry, I stole your thunder.
It's okay.
So then, Councilwoman Heeman, would you like to schedule Recreation, Public Parks, and Buildings at 7 p.m.?
Yes, I would. Thank you very much to discuss 2022-24. Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you. And then Councilman Glassburn would like to schedule a finance meeting to finish budget discussions.
Yes, 7:10. Late enough. 7:10, please.
7:10, sounds good. Okay, so then I'm going to schedule a special council meeting on March 29th at 7:30 p.m. And the purpose of this meeting will be to vote on the 2022 budget and any other items that might be on the agenda that evening. Does anyone on council have anything else they wish to bring up this evening? Okay. Anything from the administration?
No, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you. Seeing nothing else, the Caucus meeting of March 15th, 2022 is adjourned at 7:50 p.m.